Welcome back to Rusty Jeep Campfire Stories. It's been a long time, but I'm happy to be back with a story from way back in the past. I think I might have had hair. I cannot confirm that or deny that. But it is me going whitewater rafting in Colorado in the early June at the Royal Gorge area, which any of you familiar with that area, June is the best time to go whitewater rafting because you get the best flow from the melting snow, and that year was great. This was way back when, just me and a Jeep enjoying the countryside, camping, four-wheeling, doing some backpacking, and on this particular day, decided to do some whitewater rafting. Now, if any of you have been whitewater rafting, you can have a great time, but sometimes these trips can go bad, and they can go bad quick, and that's what this particular trip happened, and I'd like to tell you about it. But before I do that, I'd like to do a shameless plug for the channel. If you could like this and subscribe, if you want to hear more stories, it would be surely appreciated. But enough of the shameless bullshit. Let us get into the story. Like I was saying, it was a great year for whitewater rafting. The snowpack was huge, the runoff, the flow was great. I'm never one to make appointments, so I just drove down to the Royal Gorge area and checked out a few outfitters. I found the outfitter that I wanted to go with. I made an appointment for the next day, and then I went off and found a place to go camping, and that area is beautiful to do some backcountry camping, I tell you that. In the morning I woke up, had some coffee, went back down to the river. I met up at the outfitter, and if you've ever gone whitewater rafting, if you've done it once or twice, you're still going to go through the same bullshit stories. They're going to make you go through your safety checks, what to do, what not to do, and I was looking around at this time to see who was going to go down the river with me on this trip, and in my particular boat was going to be a younger couple, probably 30s. Well, I say younger now, but back then an older couple in their 30s, and a father with two teenage kids, one boy and one girl. Boy looked around 19, the girl was maybe 16 years old, tops, and I was by myself as usual, so they were asking where everyone wanted to sit. I like sitting in the front when I go whitewater rafting. I think it's a little bit more exciting, and like anything else, I like to see the shit come toward me before it happens. So after we did our normal protocol of going through safety gear, what to do in case of emergency, they make you get in the water, put your feet up, all the normal bullshit if you've done whitewater rafting. Like I said, it was a pretty high flow year this year, and I keep on saying that because it was running fast. So we get in the water and we start going down this river toward the Royal Gorge. Now the Royal Gorge, if you ever seen pictures, it's famous for a bridge, but what most people don't know is underneath that bridge is what's called a wall. And at the end of your rafting trip, that's where you take and make a left-hand turn really sharp. But shit went wrong way before that. I think there's a couple different classes, whitewater rafting, I'm not really sure, but there's a couple pretty decent rapid parts before we got to the wall, that wall area, and that's a whole different story. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But we made the first few rapids, and it was fun. It was flowing fast. Boat was going under a little bit, getting kicked out. I was having a great time. Everyone in the boat seemed to be having a good time. The teenage girl was a little bit nervous. The young couple seemed a little bit nervous. Father, son must have done this before because they were just like me. We were having blast bullshitting back and forth. I mean, it was just a fun time. We pulled over for lunch. Everything was still normal. Was having a great time. When you get close to people when you're doing rafting or anything a little bit exciting. If you're a junkie for getting the heart rate up, you know what I mean. I mean, you just you're telling stories. You remember that, remember this, and it's just part of the fun about doing something exciting. Well, we got back into the water after lunch, and they were telling us that we're going to go through one big stage, and then we're going to have a couple of smaller stages, and then we're going to hit the wall. Well, I tell you what, we hit this next stage, and before I even get into that, I don't know what they're called, but they're like tide pools, where if you get caught in it, it's basically picture like a basically flushing the toilet, and it's just a tide pool, and the rocks cause this turbulence where the water just churns and churns and churns. I didn't see any that day. We did go through a bunch of like little backdraft things, I call them, where you go over rock and the water goes backwards and it wants to suck the boat backwards. But they did warn us that we're going to be coming up to a very big one and that we got to be careful with that. And the instructor, the guide said we need to either go to the right of it or we're going to have to really power through it. And power through it means just everyone has to stroke. So, but they didn't say it like it was any big deal. Now, we're going through the rapids, and how I was placed was I was in the front on the left-hand side. Across from me was the teenage boy. Behind him was his father. Behind me was the teenage girl. Behind them were the couple, and then at the end of the boat was going to be the guide. Now, we're going through the rapids, and like I said, it was pretty rough, and right about now, the instructor's like, okay, be careful, we're coming up to that tide pool, and it's really deep, and it's really strong, so make sure if we're hitting it to stroke through. Well, we're going down this river, and you actually almost see it. You could see the water just going up and down, and it's really bad, all this white foam, but you actually saw almost a rotation ahead of us, and we're going, and we hit this tide pool, and the boat folds in half. Now, the girl behind me, I swear God just grabbed her and pulled her into the water. And now, you think a boat that size with that many people would keep on floating down the river. It didn't. All it did was start rotating and sitting in there. It would kick you backwards, forward, it would rotate us in a circle. We weren't going anywhere. Girl went over, she never came up. Now, if you go with a decent outfitters, they're going to have kayaks follow you. The kayaks are there for if you fall out or someone falls out, the kayaks come to go for a rescue of that person. Well, there was kayaks with us, and there was another boat. The other boat was ahead of us. They made it through. We're stuck in this freaking tide pool thing, just getting freaking thrown around, and the kayak goes blasting past us, looking for the girl, I'm assuming, and the father looked me fucking dead in the eye. He goes, I gotta go. And he fucking jumps off the fucking raft. I mean, I swear to God, we're in a fucking class 4 rapid, and this fucker jumps off the raft. Now, I don't have kids, but if I had kids, all kids aside, I'd do the fucking same thing. But still, to see a man look at you and go, I gotta go, and just, dude, that's fucking love, man. That is true love. Just, fuck it, man. Gonna die, you're gonna die. He just jumped over the raft. And I was just like, I looked back at the fucking instructor, and she's fucking like, her face just like white as a ghost. Like, this motherfucker just jumped off the fucking raft. I'm like, holy shit, she's fucking yelling, stroke, stroke. And, I'm like stroking. I look over to my right at the fucking teenage kid. He's like, fuck, I gotta go. And he jumps off the fucking raft. I kid you not. I looked at the father jump off the raft, and I just looked at the fucking son jump at raft. That is a close fucking knit family right there. I mean, that is either close knit or fucking stupid. But both of them jump off the raft. First thing you are told not to do in these situations is jump off the fucking raft. Now, father, I saw pop up. He's going downriver. He's way up. Son popped up a few seconds later. He's going downriver. Now, this has all happened really quick. If I could look you in the eyes, I would right now. You know what? Instructor jumped in the fucking water. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Does anyone pay fucking attention to the rules that were just told to us a couple hours ago up the river not to leave the fucking boat? Apparently not, because all these dumbasses are in the water. All the kayaks are gone now. They're all going downriver fucking fish these fuckers out of the water. I'm stuck in this fucking raft with 2 fucking newbies in the fucking back end of the raft. Fucking almost like hugging. I mean, it was like their fucking honeymoon. They're fucking almost kissing each other. Fucking they're holding each other so tight. Fucking look at them. I'm like, fuck this. Fucking stroke. I am Billy fucking Squire at this moment and yelling, stroke, stroke, get the fuck out, stroke. Now, this is, like I said, happening pretty quick, but in actuality, I'm saying it's over a minute. I mean, so that's a long time to be stuck in like a pool. And I come back, and I fucking do a stroke, and fucking my hand hits something. Sure the fuck, there's a fucking girl's hand stuck in a rope. Fucking, I pull on this hand, I let go of my paddle, I reach over, I fucking pull up, and it's the fucking girl. And she's been underneath the boat the whole fucking time. I'm like, fucking, this girl was not breathing. She was fucking. You ever see someone that's been like really fucked up? Their lips are blue. I mean, if you haven't, good for you. If you have, you know what I'm talking about. You got that almost chappy, fucking chalky, dead shit look to them. I mean, I was like, I looked at her face. There's no response to me. I took all my strength. I leaned over. I fucking yanked her in a boat. I fucking looked back at these fucking people. I go, fucking stroke already. And I'm screaming. And I swear, in the middle of this situation, the dumb bitch tells me, you don't have to yell at us. I'm like, fuck you. Stroke. So, you know, fucking worried about this bitch's feelings at this time. I'm sorry for the profanity, but still, how fucking stupid can you be? You know, don't have to yell at me. You know, fuck you. Let's say, so we stroke, and we finally popped out. Now, on these rafts, there's these ropes. Now, remember how I told you at the beginning, you know, they tell you never to get out of the boat? Well, we're stroking to the edge of this river, and I'm looking at these two people. I'm looking at the girl in the raft, and I'm like, we're never going to make it if there's any more rapids. We're fucked. So, yeah, I did the stupid thing. I jumped out of the fucking boat, you know. Fuck, I was close enough to shore. I grab onto a fucking rock. I got the rope in my hand. I fucking tie it, like, you know, a couple times around the biggest fucking rock I could find. And the fucking raft is now fucking, it wants to go, but it's not going anywhere. And all of a sudden, other crew people from different outfitters are coming by, and they're jumping in now, and they're tying off the raft, and let's say they're looking at the girl. Be honest, at this point, I wasn't looking at the girl anymore. I was just sitting on the shore looking like, how the fuck could I have a cigarette at this point in time? Because I was fucking, holy shit, did this just happen to me? But they got the girl breathing. I don't know if she ever not was breathing, but a minute and a half under fucking water, lips blue. I'm gonna guess she wasn't breathing. Their water was coming out of her mouth, so I'm gonna guess she, you know, they got her, did some CPR real quick in the boat to her. We actually didn't even go down the river. We actually climbed up the ravine. They brought a bus for us up there. That trip was done at that part. They didn't call an ambulance. They did call an ambulance when we got to their facility, which was weird because you think if you're going to call an ambulance, you'd call it sooner, but I don't, maybe back then, I don't even know if I had a fucking cell phone back then. I don't think I did. Okay, maybe this is pre-cell phone. Who knows? The ambulance got there. They took care of the girl. The instructor in the raft, the lady, she came up to me. She said, you didn't lose your shit out there. I'm like, thanked her and everything. They said, they actually thanked me for helping out. They gave me a free trip for the next day because I couldn't finish that trip. So that was cool. So I got 2 days on the whitewater rafting. So I had a good time. But that's my story about whitewater rafting. This was Rusty Jeep's Campfire Stories. I hope you had a good time. I'm sorry about the profanity, but you know what? If you listened to this channel before, F-bomb is going to come out once in a while because I'm actually just ad-libbing this shit and I don't write it down. I'm having a good time while I'm doing it, and when I stop having a good time, I'm not going to do it. So fuck that. I'm going to have a good time. Hit the like, subscribe, check you out next time. I have a 411 encounter coming, but I keep on scrubbing it because it's not a fun encounter, and I don't like really talking about it. So hopefully that'll come out pretty soon. Maybe I'll throw another fun story in between that, but leave a comment below. I appreciate it, and have a great day. And oh shit, that's it. Have a great day.